Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another beautiful day here in North Carolina. The sun's going down quick on me. I don't have that much time in afternoons anymore. But this video is going to be quite different. It's going to be the introduction to a new project here at the farm that I'm going to have to attempt. It's something that I know nothing about, nothing that I'm good at, nor have ever really wanted to have anything to do with. But I just turned 44 and I believe that it's high time, if I'm going to follow this farming adventure like I want to, I'm going to have to learn how to do this. So stay tuned. I'll bring you along for a little bit of it, explaining what my plans are, what the thought process is. This will be the first video of the series, which will be basically just all me babbling and talking and telling you about the plans, and then we'll get started on the work shortly thereafter. Okay, well, sorry about the light. The sun's going down quick. Of course, we've got a visitor here, Jack. But what I'm going to attempt is carpentry work. Never done it in my life. What little bit I've tried to do, I screwed it up royally. It's just something I cannot grasp. I don't really understand why. I'm very good at welding and fabrication, but never been good at carpentry work. But I see in this process of farming that all this equipment that I'm acquiring, I'm going to need a place to keep it under storage, especially once it gets in working order. And that is something that we are probably the shortest on here at the farm, is dry storage for equipment. So if you followed me for a long time on the channel, way back, I think it was in a tour video, over there in the screen under the white tarp is my pole barn, if you will. I took it down free. It was given to me. It's 75 long by 24 deep, and it was about 14 feet high. I've got those are the trusses under the tarp. I've got several 6x6s back there. It was on a concrete block foundation with 2x4 walls and 10. I've got all the stuff that came out of the build. Me and my buddy took it down, but unfortunately here at the farm, there is just not a good place to put that big of a building up that I have flat without some major grading and issues. And I really just don't have the time for all that. Eventually we possibly could put it up, but for right now I'm going to utilize some of the building materials out of it in something else. So let me pan you around here and I'll show you what we're going to attempt. Okay, I've talked numerous times, if you followed in the comments, about the barn here. I may say this wrong again. I think this was my great-grandfather times 3 or 4. It was his home place. It was built over close to where the big white 2-story house is here on the property. This is where my grandfather was born and raised. It was the house. It was a 2-story house, which was unusual at that given time. But later on, they took it down, disassembled it, and moved it over here and put it back up. So that's what we consider the barn. But it's actually my ancestors' home place. And you can see the big timbers on it. I'm sorry, Jack's pushing me all over the place. You can see the huge timbers here as it was put back together. So it used to have, back up again if I don't get in the sun, finger in the screen, it used to have a lean-to, a 2-part lean-to that came off the end. That was where the cows came in for when my grandpa had Black Angus cows. And you can see up there the area that's open. He stored hay up there, and there used to be a hay feeder down here, and he would throw hay down. The cows could get in here out of the weather. They go around behind the barn here, and of course they had their fly things that hung down, and you can see some feeders there. You can see that in the screen. There's still another older hay feeder there that's still in here. But it's getting in kind of derelict. The original home place structure is still very sound, but the additions that were built onto it later are dilapidated. You can see there, tin's gone, it's rotted the ends off. Take you around here. I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but I have to explain all this. Probably be several videos of me running my mouth. But if you can see the way the back part is here, timbers have broke, boards have broke, the roof sags. So right about, let's see, right about here where my finger is the alleyway inside the barn. And then from this point that way is the original home place all this was built on. So it was just built for the cows basically, but it's in dire need of some attention, and I'm gonna try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, everybody, this is probably just gonna be a talking video, introduction to what's coming up on this project. I can get long-winded. It just seems like the timer just sails away on the camera when I'm trying to talk and explain something. I do blah, blah, blah all the time. But it's definitely something to stay tuned with on the carpentry aspect of this. What I'm going to attempt is to build some lean-to shelters off the side of the original home place barn here. I can do it without very much degradation to it. It'll actually give some of this structure that's exposed to the weather right now some cover. And I'm not going to say that I can do it, but I've got a few friends that are decent with carpentry work, and they've got some tools, and they said they would come help me. So we're going to give it a shot. Neither me or my buddy that helps me do clearing and all the other projects do carpentry work, so it'll definitely be comical. But the original house structure is 20 feet wide this way, and I want to come out 24 feet deep, if you will. So I give me 2 10 by 24 bays. I think I can get the 1086 and the track loader in there, possibly the planter, the drill, and maybe even my dad's Ferguson. You know, the small tractors I can put this way in a 10-foot, and then go ahead and just tear this down off the back completely and go over to where the stalls are. I'll take you around and show you that on this video too. And just rebuild that. It's about 25 feet deep that way, and I can raise the pitch up a little bit because it's so steep out there, and I think I can put the combine in there, the gleaner gal. The pole barn, you know, it's probably not gonna get put up anytime soon. I have to get telephone poles. That consists of waiting to get the trucks going, to get the trailer back together. You know, this right here, I think I've got enough materials on site that I can do it. Jack just loves being in the camera. I'm in his area, so big pet. But, you know, we're gonna try it. The pole barn had 10 on the sides, so I've got a lot of extra 10. I've got a couple friends that told me they've got some 10 off of different structures that I can use and have. The 6x6 timbers, I was never gonna use them anyway on the pole shed. We're gonna do telephone poles, like I said. So I've got a lot of the structures. I've got a lot of 2x4s. You know, I think the cost would be very low as far as how much I've got to put in it. Of course, wood is through the roof now, but I just can't continue to let this stuff sit outside. I mean, there's no way that this equipment and me trying to get it, you know, started farming needs to sit outside, because a lot of it is in derelict right now, and once I get it in good working order, I'm not going to want it to sit outside. This kind of comes at a strange time, but due to the insects and the bees, I can't work on it during the summer. So I'm thinking seriously that I'm going to go ahead and give this a good shot right here in the late fall, early winter, before it gets too tremendously cold. It's something that I can work on, you know, in the evenings when I come up here. Of course, we'll continue on with everything else, but let me pan you around here and show you a couple more things, and we may just call this one a video as an introduction to my attempt at carpentry work. Okay, I'm not sure how good you can see. This is the original structure. I've showed it in several videos. This is the same opposite side of what we were just looking at outside. Right about here is the end of the structure, and then I talked about the lean-to part here, that where the Cub and my dad's Ferguson are sitting, talking about tearing that down and coming all the way back basically to this wall. I'll have to put some support poles here to support the roof section here, because the roof, those are just boards laying across, but you can see the roof up there. That's the same pitch all the way across from the concrete section all the way back to where we were talking about. So I think if I get this supported up pretty good here with some poles, then I can tear all the rest of that down and start over and extend it out further and utilize this for possibly the gleaner gal. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up and call it a video. I've babbled on for probably 10 or 15 minutes, if not more, in these clips. I had intentions of this being an introduction to the beginning of the work. Never happens to me talking. Jack's pushed me around all afternoon. You know, if I don't have any other companion here, at least I've got him, so I can look forward to that while I'm trying to learn to do carpentry work. But anyhow, I think I've explained everything best I could in this video. I try to do that so you guys will know what's going on, so I don't have to do so much talking in the normal videos. I'm looking forward to getting some equipment under shelter. I'm not looking forward to trying to learn this whole process, honestly. But you know what? We're going to give it the best shot we can, just like we do everything else here. A lot of this stuff lay dormant and derelict for years, just like the fields did, and we're paying the consequences for it now. And you know, this is just one of the aspects that I'm not very good at, is carpentry work. But I've got to do something, and I've got to do something pretty quick, because some of the equipment I've got has already set out for well over a year, and it's not doing it any good at all. So hopefully you'll stick around for the series. I'm not sure when you'll be watching this or when the next video will be on the carpentry aspect of it, but definitely stay tuned. Thank you everybody for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. You know, hit the thumbs up button if you like what you see. It does help the channel out quite a bit. Thumbs down, I understand it's not for everybody. Share the videos, get them out there. Might be somebody else interested in a little bit of this. I'm doing the best I can. Most of the time I'm a one-man band, but you know, I got my buddy on Saturday, and gonna have a couple of them hopefully help me do some carpentry work, and we've always got Jack here to fall back on. So until next time, thank you.